Konnichiwa, and welcome to Guardian no Nihon Densha A. I'm Christopher. With haircut, yes, which one? You may well ask. Getting that way, yeah. Oh well. Such is life. Do it with dignity and grace. It's not fair! There we are. Anyway, how's that for grace and dignity? No. But at least it looks a lot smarter, even though, yeah, it rebels. Oh dear. But oh well. Anyway, so it's the Wednesday after the Severn Valley Railway show, which was last weekend. Very positive weekend, very positive comments, very kind comments made about the layout. Thank you for everyone that came to see me. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Enjoyed the show as a whole, of course, yes, you know. It was wonderful to meet everyone. As I say, so many kind comments about the layout. It's, yeah, not used to that level of sort of compliment in any form of my life, actually, as it were. But so yes, really thank you. It's really pushed me forwards, as it were, to carry on. So yeah, no video coming up as yet because I did take some clips. One of them really isn't a running clip as such, but it's something I want to include as a bit of a bonus in the end of the month compilation of the running clips. I liked doing that video for last month. I thought that worked really well, rather than me uploading lots of little tiny bitty videos here, there and everywhere of, oh, I ran some trains today sort of thing. It's just a nice big sit down with a drink of your choice and sandwich or whatever, piece of cake, and watch. So yes, I'm trying to remember to get at least a couple of clips of everything I run. Not always working out that way, but you know, at least trying. Sorry, I've just watched a spider. Fortunately, it's only a little one. So yes, easier to deal with such as this time of year when I have to have the window open because this room gets the sun all day. Anyway, so yes, there will be some video coming from the Severn Valley show. It will be very obvious when it is. But one thing that has become clear is that this layout is quite a lump to move around. I would like something smaller, easier to just sort of put in the back of the car, go to a show, because I'm getting invites to one-day shows, and I really would love to support them. I really enjoy the show experience as an exhibitor, and yes, I would like to have something that is that bit more manageable for those one-day shows, rather than taking this great big lump out of the house. Now, it has got 2 one-day shows this year. It's got one at the end of this month, the 31st, and then one again in June, Covrail in June, so Crew on the 31st of May, and then Covrail. So, you know, this is already going to some one-day shows, but it's had some show invites next year. And to be honest, I'm tempted to say yes and just deal with them. One's in Birmingham, one's in Ludlow, which I'm told is just it's not that much further on from Bridgnorth. It's a distance, but, you know, this one has been to Sheffield for one day, so, you know, yeah, so that is obviously one option, is just lump it and carry on. But I'm trying to design something that fits as smaller boards as possible, so that it can be transported more easily, and I can say, well, look, this one's a bit big, but I have this one for your one-day show, which still is going to be fully Japanese. Of course, it's going to be Japanese. I don't think I'm liable to do anything else these days. Because yeah, I'm just loving it so much. I'm loving everything about it, and of course, for those who know me, and one person in particular I can think of, who's actually very kind enough to comment on one of the videos as well, now saying the same thing, is, you know, they recognise that I'd put so much myself into this, and that has been recognised by, you know, a family member and a friend. But for this person out of the blue, doesn't know me, could see that I put a lot of myself into it. You know, and it's that clicking. And Anthony, if you don't mind me saying, of course, during one of our recent chats, I sort of said, oh, I don't know what, you know, because I was doing some British stuff for a bit. I don't know what, suddenly clicked me over there, because it wasn't a conscious decision. Usually I've listened to some music that reminds me, or I've done something, and you just sort of went, dude, look behind you. Yeah, it's the same thing that made you buy all these. It's just, something clicks. And that's what I was saying to a lot of people over the weekend, is when they were asking why Japanese trains and that, something has clicked, and it is glorious and wonderful, and I could stay with my click. Because it is fun. So yes, so next now would also be Japanese. So I'm coming up with a couple of ideas. Trying, if I can, to make it a roundy. It's just, at the minute I've got one that works out into 6 boards. 4 at 30 centimetre square, so quite manageable to carry in. And 2 at 3 foot by, you have to bear with me here, it's a 3 foot board, but the width is 40 centimetres because it just works better that way. Otherwise I've got to say 91.44 centimetres long, so just under a metre long, which actually makes it longer than this one for smaller trains. So that's the bit I'm sort of struggling with in here. So yes, I'm playing with various track plans and that in the meantime to try and come up with something to fit that criteria. And actually thinking of something possibly based on the Kyoto Museum, not a replica of that museum, because there's a turntable which immediately needs its huge board. I do have the Kato turntable, but I'd like to use it on something not more worthwhile, that's the wrong phrase, but some where it can be utilised to its full extent rather than just being there because there's one at the museum. And also, to do it properly, you'd need a lot more space than this layout is giving me access to. So again, not really fit to that criteria. But anyway, the only thing is I'm using AnyRail. We will get to the main subject of today's video. I'm using AnyRail, and if I set out the board shape for the smaller of the 2 layout in a box layouts that Scale Model Scenery do, which is what I built the happiness line on, I can't build the happiness line on it in AnyRail, so I'm not sure about its measurements at all. I'm thinking it might be a case of bite the bullet, make a couple of track orders for the basic circuit, and actually see physically how big they are in real life, and then sort of go from there. The thing is, I have had an offer of a baseboard build session with my fine chum Greg, who helped me build the board for this one, or basically built the board for this one for me, in the last bank holiday of the month. So I'm kind of trying to race a little bit to go, what would work? What's the best? And I have already mentioned a 3 foot board to him, so that's what I'm trying to work around mostly. But yeah, so yes, lots happening, and finally, and it does bring us on nice. It's nice. This is a neat little segue to the main event. Is now we're into May. The pre-orders I've got, the toys I've got coming, really ramp up. There's a lot of releases coming over the next few months, so there's going to be a lot of these videos. Sorry, I don't know. You get to see some cool trains. I get to own some new cool trains, which are even cooler for me. But hey, so remembering what it says on that box there, let's remember to have fun and let's enjoy. So what have I got for you today? Well, it's a bit of an interesting one, because depending on who you listen to, this is either just entered the country or it's sat in my room here with me. Parcel Force are telling me it's just entered the country. It's only because I happened to look at the Japanese tracking for the Japan Post, so it's the EMS service, that I actually saw it was out for physical delivery today. I had no notification from the from this country's equivalent. So hey, that's fun. Good job I checked. Even better that I'm on annual leave this week, so I was able to deal with it myself rather than having to then scramble to get hold of my sibling who's here, to get in. But anyway, remember to seek a responsible adult if you can use something like this. There's none available, so I have to do it myself. So yeah, so this is how freshly arrived it is. That I haven't actually had the foresight to open the box up. Fortunately, because this is Hobby Search and they very kindly packed things with paper, all recyclable, which is really rather wonderful. Except for the bubble wrap around the actual final bag, of course. Around the final item. There's actually a bonus this month. I think it might be next week now when it arrives, because it's slightly slower than using DHL, but DHL want to charge the best part of £30, if not just over £30 for shipping. Doggy. Or I should say Inu, shouldn't I? Yes. So things take a bit longer, so there will be another one not too long away. Right, back in a moment. So yeah, you know, thank you for bearing with me. Not the average bearing, it's a fade for you, isn't it? But yes, there's going to be something very shortly. Then there are a few more slated for this month. Now, of course, that could be between now and who knows. So end of the month. So yes. Unfortunately, the houses I'd hoped would be here and the one on the layout be done now won't be until after May. So we'll see, because they were, I think, originally one released last year. Not sure quite what's going on with these. But anyway, what have we got? We have another Kato bookcase box. This is 10-2215. 287 series Kuroshio. This is the second of the 60th anniversary commemorations of the of 60 years of the Kuroshio. And this is set 2, I think they're calling it. Is it set 2 or set B? So we had the first one. Some people may remember the video on that one. Don't worry, you're going to see it. You'll see it side by side. I've got the other one set up already. So this version of the 287 has the cordless mode from Kato in it. It means it is incredibly quiet, very smooth running, picks up the power very, very quickly. I mean that not as it sort of shoots off, but it is a very low setting on the controller and it starts moving. It's very, very, very smooth, very gorgeous running unit. Well, the previous one is, so this one should be as well. So the red was the main theme for the other one, which actually went into sort of yellow and orange, and that. Blue is the theme for this one. And there we have it. So it's a 6-car set. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful already. It really is. So I'll hold up the cab car for you. If you just get a go that's not on the package, but yeah. So there's the front end detail. That blue design on it. Obviously you'll see this better once it's on the track. But the destination headboard in the middle there and the bit above it are actually painted on. They don't exist on the real unit. But this is part of the 60th anniversary celebrations. Yeah, I love that wave pattern on the side. So yes, what another stunning train from Kato here, as always. No, the other companies do really good jobs as well, but as I've said before, I'm a bit of a Kato fanboy. So I think Tomics have done, they definitely did the first one. I don't know if they've done this one. I would be surprised they didn't do this one as well, and I was tempted to maybe get a Tomics one before I found out about this. But yes, obviously I can't talk about prices and things too much because I buy from Japan. Here in the UK there is a retailer that sells this, so it might be worth checking them out if they have any, but bear in mind that both these sets are limited edition sets, so once they're gone basically. Yeah, right, I'll get it set up on the track and then take you down and so you can have a look at this alongside the other one. Okay. Helps I press the button. Just for the purposes of the first movement, yeah, I've just, you can see I've slid it onto the rails, one bogie onto the rails. I'm going to hand hold you. I will put you in the stand when it comes to actually what's the thing, but let's just make sure it moves. There we are. Very nice, hasn't run in yet, but yeah. So yeah, I could do with following it really, couldn't I? But yes, here's what it should be like once it's fully run in. I'll just start to bring this round now. First time they've met. You can see the same sort of buzz there, but it should die away once we're run in. So yes, I'll carry on putting it on. Okay, so on the track, it actually hasn't moved. Neither have moved since the last shot, but apart from to pull it forward a bit to get the last coach on, it's actually still partly on the railer. So I'm going to pull it off. There it is. There it goes. So I'm just going to take the railer off. And then let's also move the other one into the station. What we'll do is we'll do that on both. And what you actually want to do here is take a picture. Oh. So it's just locked it, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the watch on and do a picture. Because yes, I thought it'd be nice to have both of their headlights on, whilst we take a look at the differences or similarities. I mean, they are the same exact class of unit. You may just hear the picture thing taking. But yes, in fact, actually, a minute. Right, so after an impromptu photo shoot I've just had with the things, here we are set together. So it's maybe slightly different to where you were before, but hopefully you can see that both these units are basically the same style. There are some slight detail differences though. So on this one they've gone a bit further with the old style, with the hand, the bit here, the horns. I don't know if that's meant to be a handrail. I think that's the horns there. Also you got this detail here and the headboard. I don't know what this is called. There is a name for it. On this one it's here, but they haven't done the horns on this. A different colour. Actually, what I should probably do is put them both into the same. There we go. No, they look identical otherwise. So yes, these are the same class of units. They're both Series 287s, both done to celebrate 60 years of the Kuroshio. Not much more really to say than that, but I think what we'll do is I'm going to take them both in the same direction, because as you know, I like to run things in wrong road first. Obviously the one on the inside will be right road, so I'm going to take them both away. How's that for simultaneous driving? Just to speed the new one up a little bit. So what you have here now is a good view of what both the units look like. So there's the back end of one, or the front, yeah, well, it will be the back once it's running properly. And then you get that livery. And if I can drive these properly, should almost immediately get the scheme A, the first scheme. So you see the blue stripe here will be the stripe for the train's service. So that'll be the one the customers will be looking for, but at each end of this one we've got the orange into the red. Comes the theme for the rest of it. But yes, so I'm going to speed up the outside one to running in speed. Followed by the inside one. So again, you get the same effect but at running in speed, or but yes, so let the running in commence. Well, I'm very pleased with both of these. Anything else to say about the Series 287 is that oh, overshot the station, I have to go around again. Is that these is now my third of this class. The first one being, oh, this should be good. Almost parallel running there. There you go. Trying to make it go a bit faster so you get the oh no, I didn't manage it that time. Is it say this is now my third one of this class. The first one was one of my early purchases in the Panda Kuroshio. Is a Series 287. Right, I think I'm getting it this time. This will just be slightly ahead. Yeah, just enough. Needs to be a little bit more, doesn't it? One more go. Bit of fun. Right, so about coach length, I think, to get the perspective right. There you go. Slowing down so then we get the parallel. There we go. Almost parallel there. So we'll bring that scheme A1 in to the station and stop it, and leave the outer one to run in. There we are, that's better. So leave that out, leave the one on the outer track running in, and we'll close up with some running shots. So yes, see you in a mo. Well, for you, it'll be a fade again, and for me it'll be, well, an hour or so. Okay, right, see you in a sec. Okay, so here we are. First departure after running in. So I can make it as dual as possible. Don't go out of focus, you stupid thing, just as we do it. There we are. There we go. So I'll get you some more running clips. I hope you enjoy them. But I shall, at this point, take the opportunity to say, because I imagine to take care all.
See you in the next one, and sayonara.